Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble your puzzle cube pieces here into a complete cube. I'm also going to show you how to animate your puzzle cube as well as make an exploded view at the very end. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is start a new design, and when you're doing an assembly I like to always save it first. So you're going to save it and we're going to just call it puzzle cube assembly and hit save. It's important to realize that your puzzle cube pieces are going to look different, right? Because you designed your own puzzle cube pieces here. Also, before you watch this video and attempt to do it, you need to make sure that you know how your own puzzle pieces fit together and interlock to form a puzzle cube. Okay, or this video will do no good. So you need to make sure that you know how your own puzzle cube pieces all fit together. All right? Alright, so let's go ahead and start assembling our puzzle cube. I'm going to do it one part at a time. I don't recommend bringing all your parts in at once, okay? It makes it convoluted and a little more messy to deal with. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my yellow part here, and I'm going to go right click on it and insert into current design, okay? And I'm going to just kind of move it around so it looks something like that. And I'm going to hit OK. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my next puzzle cube piece. I'm going to right click on it, insert into current design. And I'm going to arrange it now sort of like how they come together. So I'm going to kind of envision these two pieces coming together. So I'm like, okay, well, if I was to actually physically, you know, put these two pieces together, they'd probably be something close to like this, right? So I'm going to arrange them similar to um, how you would assemble them. Okay, so they're kind of close. All right, and I'm going to hit OK. That looks pretty good. And now I'm going to actually go ahead and add assemble them with what's called a rigid constraint. So I'm going to come on up to assemble. I'm going to select joint, and by default, your rigid constraint probably already shows up. So now I got to think about this. Now I got to think, okay, if I place these two puzzle cube pieces together, which points are going to match up with one another? So I'm going to come on over here and I'm going to be like, okay, well, I think that point right there will match up with that point right there. And yep, that's exactly how I want it, and I'm going to hit OK. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and insert my third puzzle cube piece here. And once again, I'm going to arrange it similar to how it actually comes together to form my cube. So it sort of looks like it's going to fall into place. Something, maybe move it back a little bit. And that looks pretty good. Maybe move it a little bit forward, something like that. And I'm going to hit OK. Okay. Once again, I want to come to assemble now, and I'm going to add another joint here, and it's going to be a rigid joint. And a rigid joint will lock it in 3 dimensions. So it's a pretty basic joint. Okay, so I'm going to now, I got to think about here, and this is important, I got to think about which points match up with my other parts points. So I know this corner right here will go with this guy, right? I mean, rotate it around a little bit. There. Okay. And I'm going to hit OK. All right, so now I have 3 puzzle cube pieces all placed together, just like how I want them. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and insert my fourth part here. And once again, I'm going to arrange it just so it sort of looks like it's going to fall into place. And let me move it out a little more. Okay, and it's going to slide right in there, so I'm going to just move it. So it's going to do something like that, but I still need to rotate it a little bit more here. So it's actually going to go in something like that, right? Okay. So hopefully you all can see how it goes in there. Okay. So now that I have it where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And once again, I got to think about which points match up. And I know that if I assemble this piece to the rest of my cube, I know that this point right here is going to go to that point right there. So let's go add a constraint now there. So I'm going to go to Assemble, Joint, make sure your rigid joint is selected. I'm going to select on, let's see here. Let's select that one and that one. And that looks good. Let's go ahead and hit OK. All right, and now let's go ahead and throw in our last piece. Our purple part here. We're going to right click, insert into current design. I'm going to kind of once again arrange it so it looks like it's going to fall into place. There we go. I'm getting a little disorientated here. So it's going to come in right like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it just like that and I'm going to hit OK. All right, so let's go ahead now and add our last joint here. Go to Assemble, Joint, and I know that this point right here will match up with this point right there. Okay, so once again, I'm going to just kind of come on over here, click there. Now now look at, you got to remember that if you want this little circle thing to move in a different plane, move it along the axis you want to get it. So I can move it, if I select that axis, it'll change directions. If I select that axis, okay, it'll change directions. Okay, so I'm going to click there and I'm going to click over here, not that one, but I want that one, right? And then hit OK. Okay. And there is our puzzle cube completely assembled. Go ahead and save it when you're done. And now let's go create an animation. So we're going to come on up here to Design, and we're going to come down to Animation. Okay. And I'm going to arrange my cube so it's a bit more isometric and looks pretty good. All right, so I am now going to come on up here to Transform Components. So I'm going to grab this guy right here, and I'm going to pull him up. I'm going to pull him up 3 inches. I'm going to type in 3 and hit OK. Okay. Now I'm going to grab this guy. Let's go transform him and pull him out 3 inches, or minus 3 inches. Hit OK. Okay, now let's do this yellow piece now. Transform it, pull it out 3 inches. Hit OK. And now let's do the green piece. And let's see here. Let's come out this way. 3 inches. Hit OK. And let's do our final red piece. Minus 3 inches. Hit OK. Now let's go ahead and hit play. And you can kind of see the animation. I'm going to right click, show trail lines. All right, and if you come down here, you can do some pretty cool stuff here. So you can stagger these. So you can animate them one part at a time. So let's start off with our yellow part. Then we're going to start off with our red part. So I'm just going to move it like right there. And then we're going to do our blue part. And then we're going to do our green part. Comes in next. And then finally our purple part will be the last one here. And now if we hit play, you'll sort of see them come apart here. And I'm going to put them in order. So I'm going to go with my yellow, my red, let's try that again. And then my blue, and then my green. And now let's play it again. And you know what, let's move this zoom feature out here. Now let's play it again. Okay, so there's a lot of different things you can do. Okay, get it however you wanted. I'm going to go ahead now and hit save again. Hit OK. Alright, so out of our animation, now we can go ahead and create an exploded view. So I'm going to come on up now to animation. I'm going to go to drawing, and we're going to do a drawing from animation. Okay, and we're going to select sheet size A, 11 inches by 8.5 inches, and hit OK. Okay, and I'm going to select, just put it, let's go ahead and do shaded. And I like the size, it's fine. And I'm going to just click where I want it, hit OK. And then I'm going to click on my title block and delete that guy. Okay, and it looks pretty good, but you know what? I want to make them a little more spread out. So I'm going to come back over to my puzzle cube. I'm going to go to transform, and I'm just going to move them out about another inch or so. And hit OK. And then I'm going to save it once I'm done. Okay, and now if we come back over here, you'll see this little yellow triangle. That means we've changed something because all of these files are linked. So we need to click there, and you'll notice now they're spread out. Like it'll modify the changes and accept the changes we made from the previous file there. So I'm going to move this guy down now. Okay. And now I'm going to bring in my actual cube. Make sure this says model. I'm going to give it some color, and I'm going to select not my front view, I want my northeast isometric view, and I'm just going to sort of place it right there. Hit OK. And the last thing we want to do now is to insert a parts list. So I'm just going to come up here to table, and I'm going to just select that guy, and I'm going to drop it right there. Okay, and I'm going to change a few things here. We got our material, we got our part number. Let's right click on that. And I don't want part number, I want part name. All right, there we go. And let's get rid of description. And let's get mass. Let's see what else is down here. Let's go with mass, okay? And we're looking good. We have everything we want, okay? And our balloons are kind of weird, but we'll fix those. Let's go ahead and hit close. Okay. So I'm going to just kind of move my balloon here. And I'm going to make all of the balloons sort of parallel. Make them look good, right? Make it look symmetrical and like you know what you're doing, right? Okay, that looks pretty good. But we're missing our green part, right? So to add the balloon for the green part now, just click on that guy, okay, and then come on up to balloon. And now I'm just going to kind of There we go. And hit close and find that gray square and just drag it out and make it parallel with all the others. And finally, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of move some stuff around just to space it all out, make it look a little better. And I'm going to move this balloon just up to here. Okay, move that guy in. And there we go. All right, there is our exploded view complete with parts list. Now, if you're like going, what's 1 pointing to? Well, that's our yellow part, right? Item 1, item 2, that should be our green part, and so forth. Okay, that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.